Air Transportation Analysis by Nathaniel Nicholas. What the company needs. Summary of objectives. The company and its top executives spend hours traveling for business and sometimes days away from home. Have you ever wondered if we could solve this issue? Well, I just might have a solution for you. With the concept of having a company aircraft at our disposal, we can eliminate hours of unwanted layovers and travel to and from airports and hotels. Here are a few points we will discuss and reflect upon its proposal. Company travel highlights, means of travel, cost of travel, and quality of life. Company travel. The past year, the company traveled 113,977.7 miles. With all these miles, there must have been quite some time wasted traveling to and from hotels, waiting around in the airport. This being said, I've done some research and found that companies with business aircraft at their disposal have outperformed their competitors without aircraft. Here's an excerpt. According to the study, business aircraft users had a dominant presence on average of 92% among the most innovative, most admired, best brands, best places to work, as well as dominating the list of companies strongest in corporate governance and responsibility. The report also finds that business aviation alone is the only asset capable of accelerating strategic transactions and therefore providing a competitive edge to top performing companies. With the CEO traveling 30,867.8 miles, we can see clearly how implementing a business aircraft could increase productivity. With the future expansion at Afton, Oklahoma, the need for a business aircraft is more justified. With the current airline travel model, we have around 55 overnights. With the expansion we are taking, it will rise to 63 overnights. With the support of an on-demand travel solution, we can limit these overnights to 12 overnights a year with the right aircraft. Here's a graph I picked up and made. Shows pretty much travel models. Current travel overnights around 55. With the expansion, we'll go up to 63. And with an on-demand travel model, we'll go down to 12. Airline travel hours this year, 751.7. With the expansion, we'll move up to 876.5. And time savings using on-demand travel will save about 584 hours, and we'll save 675.9 hours with the expansion into Afton. Means of travel. In this past year, we primarily relied on airline transportation. This affected us in certain aspects, taking longer to get to desired destination, tiredness or fatigue when critical thinking is important, and finally, canceled flights and missed flights. Means of travel continued. As we saw earlier, taking longer than desired to get to there can have a negative impact on business, showing potential clients that their business is not important. Simply by showing up late, it's as simple as making a great first impression. Feeling tired and fatigued from the delays and layovers at airports, or simply showing up early in the morning for your flight can create a mental fog block. Your thought process and ability to think critically when it matters is the last thing we want our top executives feeling, especially when conducting business. This also poses a health risk for our employees not being able to be physically and mentally fit to do their job. Canceled flights and missed flights also can send the wrong impression. Having the company lose business because we couldn't make it there is never a good option. Losing business due to other companies with on-demand travel is a possibility moving forward into the future. Here's an excerpt I found. Nearly 1 in 3, 31.9% business travelers say they experience difficulty staying on top of their workload when traveling. Cost of travel. There are 3 main ways we can travel moving forward with the information presented. Travel the old way with the airline model, travel with a chartered aircraft, or travel with a company-owned on-demand travel solution. With these 3 choices, the most effective would be using a chartered or a company-owned aircraft for travel compared to the airlines, but the cost savings might surprise you. 4 aircraft to choose from. We have the Phenom 300 jet, the turboprop TBM 930, turboprop Pilatus PC-12NG, and the Citation CJ3 Plus jet. This graph shows the different aircraft are scored. So you can see the aircraft that scored the best was a Phenom 300, which is jet aircraft that is used by many corporate companies for business travel and meets all the needs of the company. In the next slide, we'll compare these aircraft to a chartered Learjet 60. As we can see how I scored them. Total score up top, purchase price, age, value factor of the company, cabin volume, wing loading, payload with max fuel, range with max payload, dock hour per 300 nautical mile trip, and maintenance costs, with Phenom 300 being the top winner there. Cost, graphical depiction, we can see that on-demand yearly cost definitely is cheaper than chartering an aircraft, even with the Phenom 300 being the most expensive. And finally, moving over to the cost per year of either chartering or using an on-demand option. The Phenom is up there at around $4,600 per hour, but still about $400 cheaper than the charter Learjet 60, which has less cabin volume and less payload and whatnot. Quality of life. This is a big one for me. With the extended number of overnights with the current travel model switching to an on-demand company aircraft can improve the amount of time employees are home with their families. Going from 63 days away from home, we can minimize this to just under 2 weeks with on-demand travel. This ability to not feel fatigued and underperform on your business trip can greatly reduce stress and improve overall health of the employees that travel. Another way a company on-demand travel model can improve employees' lives is by making productivity more efficient, especially on board. Bringing more business to the company can allow pay raises and ability to grow the company and create great first impressions on clients showing up on time and ready to work. Another excerpt I found is business aviation allows for efficient, flexible, safe, and secure, cost-effective access to destinations across the country and around the world. Because employees can meet, plan, and work with each other aboard business aircraft, productivity en route is greatly enhanced. Operation structure, we have the flight department head up top overseeing assistant and accounting, human resources, as well as the director of operations, director of maintenance, and the director of safety and quality assurance. With the director of maintenance, he oversees the mechanics, and the director of operations, he oversees the chief pilot and the pilots as well. Director of operations also oversees dispatch. And finally, the chief pilot, he oversees the pilots as a whole and reports to the director of operations. To summarize, in conclusion, the need for an on-demand travel solution for the company is a must. To simply state, the pros outweigh the cons. First, the company travel could be greatly reduced with the number of hours spent on business rather than on layovers and overnights. Secondly, means of travel can be improved, including a sharper and cleaner mind when meeting new clients, making the right first impression, not worrying about canceled or delayed flights, having a clear mind. Cost of travel can be more expensive, but can be justified by additional business and improved employee quality of life. Also, bringing more business can grow the company as well. Quality of life can be improved, allowing the employees to get home to their families and conduct business in the aircraft without disruption of the airport and traveling on layovers, also allowing for raises and additional promotions at the company as well. Here are my references. Thank you for watching.